In a visual novel, we don't just have your protagonist, we have other characters. For me, characters are the second most important thing. First important thing is the plot, of course. So that means I have to lock in and do good on creating a character. So here we are. Now technically, this is less about creating a character and more about designing someone for the game. If you've watched some of my more recent videos, Kea is a name that pops up a good amount. I've decided that he will be this other important character in the visual novel, especially because the original plot I made had him acting as the main character of sorts. This was basically just made for him, so it's no-brainer that he is involved. Now you might be asking why he's not the protagonist instead of Sunwoo. That's just because of how the original ending was. No spoilers on what it is, but I just think with how his fate normally is in the plot, he'd do good as a character the protagonist interacts with. Not exactly an NPC, but just someone who has a major role in the plot and can shape the outcome in many ways. It probably doesn't make any sense right now, but I've never been good at explaining, so just trust the process. Now I will explain Kea's lore and role in this visual novel. So here, he is Sunwoo's colleague. He's just another one of the detectives. Not a senior detective because he joined the station a few years ago, but he has seniority over Sunwoo definitely. Kea has a bad reputation within the station just because he's the type to just mess with humans out of pure boredom. The only reason why he hasn't gotten fired yet is because he is extremely competent and good at his job. It's not easy to replace someone like him. So in this world, supernatural creatures exist. Kea is a siren in this. It's kind of relevant because how do you think he gets confessions out of some people? Probably by using his powers when he feels like it. I'd like to mention that Kea does not like humans too much starting out, so he doesn't feel that bad when he messes with them. Is he a bad person in this? Kind of. He's definitely a character that you either hate or love in the beginning. I think it's obvious that going into the station, Sunwoo is probably going to really hate Kea and find him annoying. Especially because Kea does mess with Sunwoo just a tad bit. Then there's also the fact that he's condescending. Kea is a genius who figured out most of the world. Or at least, he thinks he figured it out anyways. He sees everyone as below him and thinks they don't even come close to his level. He thinks they can't understand him, so he doesn't really have to try to make friends. However, he does have respect for people who are seen as intelligent in his eyes. Sunwoo is not one of those people though. Anyways, I will let people form their own opinions on Kea in this, but I bet that people are definitely going to hate him based on how I'm describing him right now. Now, I'll talk a bit more about what I'm doing for this reference sheet and Kea's design. Sunwoo's reference sheet was sort of the base for any future reference sheets relating to the visual novel. This time, I drew Kea's back view a bit better so I wouldn't have a hard time with the clothes later. With Sunwoo's, I just redrew most things at that point. Not here. Now, you might notice the ears Kea has. Because he's a siren, he has special ears. If his mouth was open, I'd draw sharp teeth too. But those ears are how people know he's not human. Merfolk in the universe also have them. Kea doesn't really care if people knows he's a siren or not, and generally, people in the universe are fine with sirens, but only the ones who have integrated themselves with society and live among them. The ones that still live underwater? Nope, they're feral. Just like Sunwoo's reference sheet, I'm only going to do the line art, flat colors, and light shading for Kea's. The line art went faster than it did for Sunwoo's this time. I didn't get as distracted. I just really wanted to get this done. The colors is where it gets interesting though. I'll throw up the other drawings I've made of Kea on the screen right now so you guys can see them for reference. I decided on a whim that I will make Kea's hair red. No reason, just felt like it. My characters all start out with their natural hair colors. If they have an unnatural color, they've most likely bleached and dyed it. There are some exceptions, like in a fantasy universe where I can say the hair color is natural. I still kept this light blonde streak Kea has on his head though. I added it there to make him have something unique in his hair, or something like that, because just plain hair was boring. Now, since I mentioned the visual novel takes place in a fantasy supernatural universe, I could legitimately say Kea's hair is naturally that shade of red. After I got the base done, I started on his main outfit. You might have noticed that I am drawing the exact same outfit I gave him in one of my drawings of him. I thought about what outfit to give him, but the outfit I first created for him was too perfect. So I decided that is the main outfit you will see him wear in the game. Which means this is actually his work outfit. I'll at least explain some of the parts of his outfit though. You might be wondering why he has glasses on his head. It's just for aesthetic. He doesn't actually need sunglasses or glasses of any kind. He does care for appearances to a degree. He's probably aura farming with those glasses or something, who even knows anymore. You'll see it in coloring later, but Keiya wears gloves. As for why he wears gloves, he just feels like it. Well, maybe also because he doesn't want to get his fingerprints everywhere too. Is it necessary to wear gloves on most days? Nope, but he doesn't care. He does it anyways. I don't have too much to talk about when it comes to figuring out this outfit because when I first made it for Keiya on that one drawing, it was just something I winged. No thoughts aside from it can't be too casual. Now while the base of this outfit is the same as that drawing, I gave options for colors. I had the original colors I used, and then I also changed things up and tried to experiment with it. But anyways, the speed paint for this should be ending soon, so I'll quit yapping and show the final drawings. So here are the color concepts for the main outfit. This one right here is the original colors I used. You know, the same ones from the first drawing because they looked good together. Then there's the second one where I tried to stay away from the browns and experiment more. Because I feel like I naturally want to gravitate towards browns whenever I'm making a detective character. Then there's this last one with slightly darker shades of gray. I asked my friend for which color palette he thought was the best and he went with the first one. So this is the final design for the main outfit. Overall, his design seriously didn't change that much from the original, aside from the siren ears and red hair, so it was easy to create this reference sheet. I gave Sunwoo a casual outfit reference sheet, so that means I should give Keiya one too, because there will probably be moments where they see each other outside of work. If I'm being for real here, his work outfit may as well be his casual outfit. He wears the same sort of style no matter what. He always has to look like some proper smartass. I'd say his casual outfit I designed for him is more formal looking than his actual work outfit. So in my head, Keiya wears a lot of coats, button blouses, and probably ties. He really does look like he's going to some office or something. I still kept his gloves because why not? I promise he has moments where he legitimately doesn't wear gloves. As usual, I came up with a few color concepts, and then it was off to bother my friend to help me decide what we're going with. So these were the color concepts I showed to my friend. We have this first one here where I was just picking some shades of browns and putting them on. Then there's the second one where I used more grays and cooler tones. And then we have this final one where I decided that I wanted a bit more contrast, so he has a white shirt and the shades are more dramatic. I asked my friend which one I should go with, and he said he liked the vibes of this last one. So that's what I went with. Now, I have my outfit references for Keiya, which is good. The next step would be to make the facial and head turn references, but that'll be for another video whenever I'm able to get to that. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video and want to see more from me, I'd appreciate a like and subscribe. Hopefully, I'll see everyone in the next one. Until then, bye!